Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Mission Moonshot. Here we are flying the X2 as we currently have a contract for a crude altitude record of 40 kilometers. So Gene is here flying the X2 up to that altitude. We can go ahead and actually increase our vertical speed a little bit just so that we can make sure that we get there. We definitely want to make sure that we end up at that altitude, and we also want to make sure that we are taking in some Mach 2 flight science. We can't really do that right now because we're not going Mach 2, but in a second we're going to be going Mach 2, and that's going to be good that we're getting that science. But yeah, for those who don't know, last time we achieved our first orbit, and yeah, shortly after all our kind of crew members left. Well, I think most of them actually left the time before that. It was mainly just the I think it was Stephanie that was still around till the end there. So yeah, we hired all new crew, achieved our first orbit, and now we're doing more X-Plane stuff. And we actually are going to get another orbit today, which is exciting. Yeah, I originally thought that, we're probably not going to be achieving too many orbits for a while, you know, as, you know, it's kind of hard to get that technology, but we actually have a contract for a polar orbit, which isn't that much more difficult than a regular orbit. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do a polar orbit. That seems fine. Okay, oxygen's getting a little. Let's hope we can make it to that. Yeah, we should be fine. We should be able to make it to 40. I actually might go ahead and update this to 50,000, just so that we don't level off. Yeah, because I don't want the plane to really level off. I'd rather see how high we can actually go. But yeah, we got our apoapsis, so even if our engine cuts off now, we'll still make it to that altitude, which is great. Yep, there we go. So yep, our engine cut off, but we're still coasting up to that apoapsis right there, and contract complete. Alrighty. And yeah, I think we also got probably a new crude record as well. I don't think we've been to 40 kilometers before. So yeah, we got the crude altitude record. And yeah, the contract's not actually complete yet. That was the altitude record I was looking for, and whoa. Oh wow, dear. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and disengage autopilot, and we're going to go ahead and dive. I think because the air's so thin up here, we're starting to have some control issues. Probably for the next variation of the X2, we probably actually need to start adding in some RCS thrusters. So that's probably be a good idea. Yeah, if we're going to go any higher, we're going to need RCS, because, yeah, the atmosphere is very thin up here. There's not a lot of air to control ourselves. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm like doing full ailerons, and not really much is happening. Yeah, it's definitely very, very tenuous up here. Gene's having a good time, though. I'm a little worried, though. Oh, easy. Whoa. Whoa. Easy. Easy, easy. Whoa. Whoa. Easy. Whoa. Whoa. Easy. Whoa. All right. Yeah, don't. Okay. Just trying to slow down a bit. Almost like over G'd our pilot there. That's fine. Yeah, we were just going a little too fast, a little too low in the atmosphere. Just trying to bleed off some speed so that we don't rip the wings off. But yeah, there we go. We got 1.7 science out of a Mach 2 flight. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, just trying to get rid of all that velocity. Beautiful. Whoosh. Alrighty. Ready. So let's go ahead and start working on the rocket. Actually, let's go and check out contracts first. Let's see. So yeah, more satellites. Yeah. Nah, yeah, I'm gonna accept scientific satellite because that advance is gonna be very useful for us. And we can definitely do it in the 948 days. That's plenty of time. So there we go. Funds. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade R&D. That's going to take a bit of time, though. Yeah, upgrade requested. I didn't see that last time when we tried to upgrade mission control. Oh, we actually could upgrade mission control. I don't really see why, though. We don't really need to accept more than 3 contracts right now. VAB, not really possible. But what we can do, upgrades. Go ahead and chuck the rest of this. 65. We'll save about that much for our rockets. Actually, yeah, that much for our rockets. Because there are a couple of rockets that I want to build, and it'll take about that much funding. And yeah, we'll go ahead and chuck We're going to put 2 into the VAB, and then 1 into the R&D. Alright, let's go ahead and build the rockets I want to build. Alrighty, so the first rocket I want to build is the Biggest Tim Polar version. Very minor modifications. Really, the main modification is that we have a different engine. We have the, instead of the A6, we have the A7. It uses the same fuel. But it does have a slightly higher burn time, so I was able to stretch this tank a little bit, get a bit more Delta V out of that. Had to up the avionics because of the extra weight. And then if we open this up, as you can see, I went ahead and decided to change the satellite up a bit. So instead of the same exact satellite, I have something different. We have a little light on here, because we don't actually have any science that I can put on here, which is unfortunate. We've kind of done all the space science. Like, the next science for us to get is, like, the micrometeorite and Geiger, and we don't have that unlocked yet. We've already completed the ion spectrometer, barometer, thermometer. Pretty much all we can do, except for, like, return samples. Like, return these back to the ground. So, yeah, we can't really get any more science out of this, so I decided, you know, let's put a blinky light on it. It looks nice. And yeah, it's pretty much the same exact thing, just a slightly bigger first stage. Slightly bigger first stage, and yeah. And yeah, because it's a bigger first stage, I did have to upgrade the avionics, which means that we do need to retool this, and that's where the bulk of this rocket's cost comes from, is the tooling of that avionics, and also the tooling of this new, larger tank. But with that all done, that's the thing fully tooled, and it's only going to take 101 days to build. So we'll go ahead and add that to the build list. And then the other rocket I have is a different rocket, actually. It's a new type of sounding rocket that I've been working on. Alrighty, we just barely can't afford it. Alrighty. Probably shouldn't have gone for that extra. Probably shouldn't have tried to go for that extra thing. It's fine. As soon as we launch our other satellite, we'll tool this and get it built up. Actually, we could probably just tool the expensive stuff. We probably don't need to tool everything. Yeah, just purchase the... I don't know why the unlock cost is so much. Oh, what? Why is that tank so expensive? Okay. That's absurd. Okay, we should just make that a tank that we have a diameter of already. Oh, it's a service module, that's why. So, let's see, what other tanks could we use? Probably just like a regular tank. Conventional structure. We'll make it a fillet. Or we can probably not even go, we can probably just go for high pressure steel. We don't need that much efficiency up here. Okay, so that should be a bit more easy. Okay, isogrid structure. Alrighty, is that this? Isogrid structure. You know, this is fine. For what we can tool now, this is fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and tool this. Yeah, and this tank I think is costing a lot, because it is an isogrid tank. Oh, and those have an insane entry cost. Oh yeah, no, let's just go conventional. Yeah, because I'm like, ooh, isogrid tanks. They're new, they're fancy, but they're also expansive. So we'll hold off on those. Yeah, I mean, I think the main reason is they're lighter. So we'll probably have to use these in our maybe science. Yeah, more complex but lightweight. They're they're lighter weight. So yeah, we'll probably end up using these for our other rockets, but for this little sounding thing, I don't think it's really a big deal. Perfect. Alrighty, so that should be a lot cheaper. Yeah, 108 days. Yeah, I mean it's a new diameter, so it is going to be still pretty expensive, but at least it won't be as expensive. Yeah, and I think if we actually fully tool this, yeah, okay, and it's still around the same time. It's not that much quicker. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we already did the engine, so there we go. That's our rocket being built. Oh yeah, go ahead and save that too. Alrighty, looking beautiful on the launch pad there. Anyways, first order of business. Let's go ahead and go. Smart ASS. Surface. Heading. We're not going 90 degrees. We're going to go north, which is 360 degrees heading. Pitch looks good. Alrighty. 10, 9, 8. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. That engine split up a little quickly there. And I didn't want to waste a lot of fuel just burning it in place, so we go. Yeah, maybe like 5 ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1 would be better. Yeah, maybe that would be a little bit better. Just a hunch, though. Alrighty. Well done. Ooh, that was a nice orbit. Ooh, what a nice high apoapsis. 1.8. Alrighty. There we go. Contract completed. That's a polar orbit. Chief polar orbit with inclination between 85 and 95 degrees. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, no. Okay. Yeah, it's just checking. Got a little worried there, but no, this is definitely a polar orbit. I'm like, did I forget what a polar orbit was? No, I know what a polar orbit is. Very cool. Yeah, we can just go ahead and time warp that along. Little blinky boy in space over here. Little blinky boy. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Little blinky boy in space right here. To be seen by the whole world. All the amateur astronomers can look up and see little blinky boy. Well, actually, the batteries are going to die before it can make that many orbits. But there we go. Oh, man. And then up here, yeah, we're at 1,500 kilometers. So, yeah, if we can get our science satellite, like, this eccentric, that'll be good. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's a good orbit. Alrighty. So, now that that's done, we can go ahead and launch the other rocket. And actually, we probably can go ahead and fully tool it as well. And we'll probably build a couple, I think. Yeah, because we can just have 3 rockets just ready to go. For those contracts, that'll be good. So yeah, go ahead and load this up. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just tool everything, and we'll go ahead and 81 days to do that. So that's good. So yeah, we'll go ahead and build 3 of them, and that brings our money down a bit. That's fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what other contracts we actually can take. I think I saw something for like a sun-synchronous orbit, which is interesting. A sun-synchronous orbit is a geocentric orbit that combines altitude and inclination in such a way that a satellite passes over any given point of the planet's surface at the same local solar time. Such an orbit can place the satellite in constant sunlight and is useful for imaging, spy, and weather. Place the satellite into a sun-synchronous orbit. Note the sun-synchronous orbits are often slightly retrograde, as is this orbit. From the launch pad, be sure to fly northwest, so it will take more delta V than a normal polar orbit. Alrighty. But no, that seems possible, and we definitely had the fuel margins for that. Yeah, I think we have quite a bit of fuel margin. So yeah, I might just go ahead and do that before we even get our first solar powered. I might just go first sun synchronous unless we need solar power. Slightly retrograde. Ready. So probably instead of launching at like 360, probably like 355. If I were to guess, because that would be slightly retrograde. We'll test that. I'm going to accept this contract, and I'm going to test that, actually, to see if we can get it. So, yeah, available, sun synchronous, accept. Yeah, plenty of time to do that. Alrighty. Okay, so I've done a couple tests with sun synchronous orbits, and I think we're going to need a way beefier rocket. Because, yeah, not only do we need, like, yeah, apparently this isn't the correct inclination. I don't actually know the correct inclination. I thought this would be close enough. I'll have to see what heading we actually need to launch at in order to get the correct inclination, because maybe we need to launch at like 340 instead. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure out which heading we actually need to launch at in order to get the sun's synchronous orbit. But yeah, so yeah, launch at like 340. And yeah, also eccentricity between 0.200 and 0.02 and 0.04. Yeah, obviously this is too eccentric. Our orbit's all the way out here. So yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. There are some liquid-fueled upper stages that we could probably use, and yeah, we would have to like have like a dedicated cutoff. So like once we reach that dedicated intricity, just like right after we circleize, bam, we cut the engine. Yeah, just something that we can shut off, because right now we're using SRBs, and we can't shut those off once we're in orbit. So, like, yeah, this thing overburned by by too much, basically, because yeah, it overshot. Yeah, we basically overshot the orbit. But yeah, everything else is good. You know, we got Earth, we got orbit, we got periapsis above 30,000. But yeah, it's just the eccentricity and then the inclination is what I'm kind of struggling on. So I'm gonna try with maybe like a liquid fueled upper stage design and see what that works. I mean, obviously that's gonna be more expensive having a full liquid fuel stage, but yeah, just something a little bit better. Because I mean, we have a liquid fuel stage. We have that AJ10 Aerobee liquid fuel stage, but I think we need a better liquid fuel stage. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue workshopping this, and I'll let you guys know if I come up with anything. Alrighty, so it's been about a week since I last recorded some clips, and yeah, I've been doing a lot of kind of off-camera work trying to get this sun synchronous contract to work, and I think I finally found the solution. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I came up with in the VAB. Alrighty, so this is a version of the biggest TIM with pies, which stands for Precision Internal Exactness Stage, so that way we can fine-tune our final orbit. Because it's liquid fuel, it allows us to fine-tune our orbit, versus with solid fuel, where we can't really fine-tune our orbit. So yeah, that's going to be the plan here with this thing. The tooling cost is going to be a little expensive, mainly the unlock cost, because I am using, to try and get a bit more delta V out of the upper stage, I am using isogrid tanks, which do have a bit of cost to them, and I'm also using an AJ10 early, which also has cost. So it's going to be a little bit expensive on the cost side, so we're probably going to have to launch our first biological payload first. Yeah, our first advanced biological thing, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But, and I'm glad I checked this, I was just double checking to make sure that the biological payloads would work, and I found out something quite interesting. So if we open up the Skyshot 1, which is what we're using, yeah, I found out we probably don't need the booster, the solid boosters, because yeah, this rocket has plenty of delta V to get up to 2,000 meters per second of orbital velocity. So we don't even need the boosters for the first contract. That saves a bit of money. But also, one thing I did notice, the avionics, they're set to 8.6 tons. The rocket is 10.142, so they should be 10.2 tons, meaning we have to retool the avionics with a new amount. So that's going to be a little bit pricey, but that should be fine. And yeah, at some point I think I'm going to actually end up replacing this with isogrid tanks. That'll probably be the Skyshot 2 variant, because yeah, we'll have purchased the entry cost for the isogrid tanks, because yeah, these are a lot lighter. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and edit the rocket that we're currently working on, the first Skyshot 1. I'm going to go ahead and edit this. Make sure we have the bigger, beefier avionics on here. So yeah, Skyshot 1, and actually, yeah, we do not need the, before we do not need the solid boosters, so I'll go ahead and remove those too. Alrighty, here we are. The Skyshot 1 standing by for launch, ready to complete our first advanced biological suborbital experiment. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, I actually did the countdown pretty good this time. I'm quite proud of that. Usually my countdowns are horribly off. Like, we end up lighting the engines way too soon. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we want to be careful with this pitch program, because if we pitch over too much, we may not get a high enough apogee. And that would not really be too good. Wouldn't really like that too much. That 65 seems good. 60. Probably just go ahead and 55 and hold it. Because, yeah, we really don't want to go downrange. We really just need the altitude. A little bit downrange is fine. I would like to go a little bit downrange at least. But mainly we just want the altitude. So, I mean, if we wanted to, we could have just done a straight up and down. But, yeah, you know, we're used to pitching over at this point. It's probably nice to, I don't know, splash down in the water versus dropping our stages back on land. Alright, I'm going to go 45 now, because I think we pretty much have the apoapsis. And there we go, there's our 2,000 meters per second, speed greater. And now we just need to reach 140. Tick! And now all we gotta do is return home safely, so we probably could have blown off the fairings a little bit sooner, that's fine. And yeah, we can just go ahead and decouple this node. We don't need to worry about the... Yeah. Don't need to worry about the sounding payload there. It's fine. Ooh, is this decouple? Alrighty, there we go. So yeah, I got like a kind of makeshift heat shield here. It's kind of a nose cone. We don't actually have heat shields unlocked yet, but this nose cone does alright. I mean, we're not going that fast, so we don't really need a full-on heat shield. Our next tech node will probably have to be like early entry, descent, and landing in order to actually recover a couple more of these. Because, yeah, going any faster than really this speed, we get some decent re-entry flames. But on these, it's fine. Yeah, and at least they are stable. Yeah, as you can see, they are aerodynamically stable. So if there was re-entry flames, the heat shield would be first, so that's always a good thing. Alrighty. Oh shoot, I didn't run any of the science. Gosh, did it again. Oh well. Forgot to turn the science on. Oh well. At least we got that contract completed. And we'll get some science from our X-planes. Alrighty, so we have another advanced biological experiment. This time they want 3,000 meters per second. Same type of thing, but yeah, 3,000 meters per second this time. Alrighty. So that could probably be done with just one SRB stage. You probably don't need the 2 SRB stages. Probably just need the one, like, solid rocket booster stage to get to 3,000 meters per second. But there we go. So yeah, we could take that, but I think what I want to do is take 45 kilometers. That just seems like an arbitrary step, and we can just go straight to 60 and get the 50-kilometer crude suborbital contract. Yeah, alrighty. I guess we could probably do this twice. We could recover the plane pretty quickly. But yeah, I need to design a plane that can at least get to 50, because I'm not entirely sure that the plane we have now can actually do that. Yeah, we'll just do the 45. That's fine. Alrighty. So anyways, what I ended up doing with the X2 is I've completely removed the landing gear because we don't land at runways anyway. It's completely pointless. I mean, yeah, I probably could put it back on, but like I said, we don't land at the runway with this thing. It just splashes down in the water. So what's the point of having the landing gear? It's just extra weight. So I went ahead and removed the landing gear, added RCS thrusters, and I actually went ahead and replaced the main fuselage with an isogrid tank, which, as I said before, is a lot lighter. So this plane actually has way more performance now. And yeah, it actually doesn't take that long. Once I tooled this tank, yeah, it's only going to take 5 days to apply these changes. Yeah, because, yeah, same wings. Granted, now the wings have RCS fuel in them, but that really didn't add to the build time at all. But yeah, same everything. Just the only thing that's different is the fact that we have an isogrid tank here, which, yeah, this is going to save us a lot of weight. That is, yeah, a lot of weight savings. Alrighty, here we go. go ahead and initiate our climb. We have Gene flying it this time. Alrighty, and let's just go ahead and pitch up immediately here. Go ahead and initiate that big old climb. And get up there. Now, in my tests, I realized it does like to flap its wings. So if I just... Usually I can fix that by reducing the pitch authority. But yeah, for some reason the autopilot just really bugs out with this thing. I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, we're just gonna stick with the Smart ASS. Yeah, I guess I don't know. It just keeps on doing full control deflections, and I have no idea why. Bam! Cruise out to the record of 1,500 meters per second. Actually, yeah, can we just go, like, prograde? And then burn the rest of our engine out? Let's see how much more speed we can get. Oh, gosh. Alrighty, maybe don't do that. Are these even activated? Wait, are these even... Okay, no, they're burning. I was confused. Like, is the RCS even working? Weird. Okay, I guess, yeah, the thrust may not be completely through the center of the vessel. But yeah, we are kind of tumbling out of control. So if we could get it together, please, that would be nice. Can we get it together, please? Can we get it together? Can we get it together, please? Nope. Nope, that's not gonna be possible. Is that not possible? This could have gone better. It could have gone better than this. This really could have gone a whole lot better. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Off. I'm taking manual control. Roll. Stop the roll. Okay. Stop it. Stop the roll. Stop. This is a very still a situation. I mean, at least we're going slower. But yeah, we're still way too high to actually gain any sort of aerodynamic stability at this point. Yeah. I mean, I can keep on burning RCS. Yeah, we're still going down. Still going. Still falling. Like I said, luckily we're going really slow. So eventually... Okay, there we go. Aerodynamic stability. There we go. Alrighty. Sploosh. Alrighty. Yeah. Despite the stability issues, that actually turned out alright. Got an upgrade point. I'll go ahead and put that in VAB. But that's all fine and good. Anyway, we can go ahead and start building our Sun-Synchronous Orbit rocket. I believe we still have just... Yeah, we should start building that now. And yeah, I think I'm going to go for the next advanced suborbital experiment, which is going to be the 3,000 meter per second. We have that rocket ready to go. Or, yeah, we have that rocket being built currently, so... Perfect. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Upper stage. Ooh, probably should have spin stabilized that a bit. Ooh, I don't know if we might have gotten 3,000, as that didn't really go in the way I would have hoped it for. I would have liked it to go. We'll see. We'll get above 140, but 3,000 I'm doubtful for. We no longer have the sounding. Yep. Alrighty, this is a failure, but luckily we will get the science. But yeah, we aren't going to complete the contract for this. We're going to get 0.1 science. That's not great. It takes a whole day to actually get anything useful. We need to, like, really put this... Okay, so this thing really needs to go into, like, an orbit or something. In order for us to get any actually useful data, we need to really enter orbit. The orbital trajectory is just not going to be good enough for us. Well, alrighty. Yeah, not a lot. Not great. We can research some things, but I really would have liked to research some of this stuff. Get closer to, you know, first spaceflight stuff. But yeah, we got the stuff to do solar-powered satellite. Yeah, we should have enough funds to do our first SSO satellite. So yeah, we'll go ahead and launch our first SSO satellite, and then we'll continue the advanced biologics with another Skyshot rocket. And yeah, I might include a spin stage. That's the only problem I had with spin stages before, and why I didn't include one this time. When it's spin stabilized, it then can't aim itself heat shield first, so it burns up. Because yeah, I think the bottom of the biological sample container has more drag, so that causes it to not burn up, where if we don't do that, it burns up. We might actually have more luck with getting our first, like, suborbital spaceflight with the X-15. Because we're actually closer to the X-15 than we are to capsules right now, because we have been focusing actually quite a bit on the flight. Yeah, we're actually closer to X-15. And yeah, possibly that over Mercury. Because in real life, it was Mercury that went up first, and then, like, 2 years later, X-15. Else it might be the other way around. Like, if we really want to rush and get people in space. Which is always an option, you know. That is the next big milestone. So, yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and launch that SSO satellite. And yeah, we'll go from there. Alrighty, so here we are on the launch pad with our Sun Synchronous Orbit rocket. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys, this is actually my 4th attempt at trying to launch this thing for real. I ended up doing 3 attempts, 2 of which failed due to kind of just errors on my part, and then 1 was actually a premature engine failure. But yeah, after the 3 failures, we would have had to do some crazy things with our contracts in order to actually be able to launch a 4th rocket. And at that point, we would have to probably, I don't know, accept, like, the Carmen contract early, and then, yeah, that would have just been a lot of stress on me to try and complete this launch. So hopefully you guys aren't too mad. But anyways, what we're going to go ahead and do, and what I've been experimenting with, is MechJeb Ascent Guidance is really great. Because, yeah, we can actually put in a target periampsis and target apoapsis. We're going to go 350, 350. 98 degrees orbital inclination. And, yeah, all these settings look good. So, yeah, this is what we're going to go with. And then also, to help me shut down the upper stage engine at a good time. Because, yeah, that was one of the issues I was having before, is that the upper stage engine, yeah, it's really hard to shut down at the right time. You end up overburning. Even with the liquid fuel, it'll still, like, overburn by a bit. So what I actually have installed is better time warp, and I have slow-mo time warp enabled to hopefully allow us to get that perfect shutdown. So that's all we got going on here. Let's go ahead and try this for the quote-unquote first time again. And yeah, if this fails, by any means, we'll go ahead and attempt another launch at some other point. But yeah, I'm pretty much out of time for this video, so this is really the only launch we have left. Yeah, this is really the only launch I'm able to do before, yeah, I have to kind of wrap up this video and get it edited and out to you guys. So let's go ahead and engage the autopilot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful liftoff.
Out of fear, we kept running, tried to hide away. Can you hear? War is coming, beckoning our fate. This is the day that we stand up. This is the day we fight. We'll take our place.
Ah, shoot. Well, there goes an engine failure. So, yep, this first attempt is a failure due to premature engine shutdown. Well, we tried. Alrighty, well, in order to allow us to launch another rocket, what I'm gonna go ahead and do, because, yeah, we still have plenty of time in the video to get a launch in 1961. So yeah, we're going to do one more attempt because that was actually a very quick failure, so alrighty. If we decline this, we lose some money. That's fine. I think I'm going to go ahead and cancel this for now. Because yeah, we're going to need a redesign of our Skyshot rocket with spin stages. That's going to take a while, so we'll go ahead and cancel that. And what we're going to go ahead and do is do X-Planes high difficult because we know that our X2 can reach 65. It's done it. So, yeah, this is really no risk at all. Alrighty, and this gives us opportunities for at least a couple more launches. And then as far as science goes, seeing as we're pretty much almost done with science and we haven't really gotten any more science, the only real tech node we can research is hypersonic flight, and I think we will go ahead and go for that. Just because, yeah, I don't think it'd be possible to get this, all of this, and also we have to research all this down here, and life support. So yeah, there's a lot of research that goes into basic capsules. Yeah, so I just don't think that's going to be possible, really, whereas the X-15 is going to be way, way easier to access. Yeah. Alrighty, launch attempt number 2. Guidance is internal. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The rocket is flying itself.
This is the day that we stand up. This is the day we fight. We'll take our place. We won't give in. Our victory is in sight. Only a sword in our hand, but we enter the lion's den. We're not waiting for a war. We bring the war to them.
And again, another premature shutdown. So that makes 2 failures that are not my fault. I wonder if the game's just trying to be even. It's like, no, you had 3 failures before, you need to have 3 failures again. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna have to end the video here. We got 2 attempts, they both failed. And yeah, we don't have enough funds to actually launch a 3rd time, so I'm going to have to do an X2 launch in order to actually make up that funding. And yeah, we can just barely do an X2 launch because, yeah, the cost to actually get this thing ready to air launch is pretty big. So yep, that's how we're going to have to end the video. Unfortunately, not getting a sun synchronous orbit. But what you going to do? Yep, this time, obviously... I mean, yeah, obviously my first attempts went very well, but then I kind of just fumbled at the goal line, whereas these two extraneous attempts, the rocket was just like, nah, I give up. But yeah, hopefully we should have plenty of data on that engine now. Oh, there, that's the flight data. So, we're about half the max flight data. Alrighty, that seems reasonable. Alrighty, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe for new videos, have a great day, rest of your day. And yeah, next time, hopefully we can get Sun Synchronous. Yeah. It's just a tricky beast, I guess. Anyways, see you guys then. Goodbye.